Good day. I'm going to try to explain briefly today about aggregate planning. Aggregate planning is planning for a production factory, for example, for a medium period of time between 2 and 18 months. And for this planning, there are two strategies. The first one is a chase demand strategy, which is matching capacity to demand. The planned output for a period is set as expected demand for that period. What does that mean? What does that mean? It means that if the demand for a month is maybe 300 units, so you will produce 300. If the demand is less, you will produce less. And through this schematic, there is the demand in gray and production in blue. And as seen, they are nearly the same line because both of them are produced at the same rate. And this is made by having a variety in the production firm itself. It can produce more and less easily. And there is level capacity strategy, which is the variation in demand is made by using a combination of inventories over time and back orders while maintaining a steady rate of production. The firm itself produces at a steady rate, which is the blue line here, which is the production. And maybe if the demand goes down, then you will get the more units that you have left and put them in an inventory. And maybe when the demand increases, as the third part here, you will use the units that you have stored to put them in the market and use them as a backup for any increase in the demand. And overtime is making maybe workers work overtime or making other shifts to increase the production. And here's an example plan, an aggregate plan for a company that produce skateboard for 6 periods. And there is a demand or forecast for each of these periods. And here is set of costs, the regular time, overtime, subcontract, which is outsourcing, making another firm produce your product, inventory, and back orders. What he wants in that example, evaluate a plan with a steady rate of output over time, and subcontracting is not used. And as a steady rate of output, then there will be 300 skates per period. And here there is a table that you draw to solve this. First is the period from 1 to 6 and the total, the forecast, and the output. There is the regular, which is the production. And for this example, there is no overtime or subcontract. And output minus forecast, you will have 100 more, 100 more, 0, negative 100, negative 200, and 100 more. So inventory, at the beginning, you have 0. And at the ending, you have 100, the 100 more. And the average 50. And then the beginning of the second period, you have the 100 that's stored from the last month. And after, because you also have another 100 more, so you will have 200. And the average is 150. And then 200, and because here is the 0, so it will be also the same 200. And then minus 100, so the demand is more than the production, so you will use 100 from the inventory, and then you will have only 100 left. And the average is also 150. And at the last time, you will have 200 less in production, so you will use the 100 from the inventory, and you will back order another 100 because you don't have the capacity to produce them. What is back ordering? Back ordering is that you will produce these products or deliver them in delay, and that of course costs you more. And the calculation of the costs, as it was set here, the regular is 2 per skateboard, so it will be 600, and the inventory is 1 per skateboard, and of course the back ordering is 5 per skateboard, yes, and here are 500, and then you calculate the total cost. It will be 4,700. On the same example, there is another case that one person is about to retire from the company. Then we use overtime. The reduced regular output will be 280 units per period. Maximum overtime is 40 units per period. Develop an aggregate plan. If one person retires from this company, the normal or regular output, instead of 300, it will be 280 here. And then there will be a gap of 120 between the demand and the production. So this gap will be overcome by overtime. And since the maximum overtime is 40 per month or per period, so it will be used on 3 different months. And you have to select the best 3 periods possible to put to make the overtime in them, because you need to reduce the cost as much as possible. So here you find that the forecast or the demand is more than the output in months 3, 4, and 5. So you use the overtime in these 3 periods to minimize the cost as much as possible. And then you make the same procedure for the inventory. And then you will have a back order in the last month. And of course, you add the 40 in the 3 and 4 and 5 periods. And then you calculate the cost. And when using these costs, we find that the total cost is less than the cost of the first case. And these are by using some different the way of overtime, but we're not going to go through this. And thank you very much.